Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 5 of the Scramble podcast. We are going to be wrapping up the Zurich at TPC Louisiana and Avondale, Louisiana, and we're going to get into the Snake Pit, the Valspar.
Let's go.
Fellas, we had an eventful weekend as a team.
Yes, we did.
All of us. We golfed together, got some footage, and then we had a couple drinks.
Yep. And
Some of us
bonded.
more than a couple.
No, I think it was just a couple for everyone.
Ooh, I would disagree.
Tim was still hungover from the McGillicuddies that he had to take on Tuesday.
And that's okay. We don't shame that. Cam and I had our first sleepover as friends.
Yep.
It was good. Stayed over the apartment. Got Danny to the airport.
Yep. And his pull-out mattress is memory foam. It's unbelievable.
Queen, right?
Bobopedic.
Oh my God.
I've never slept
Living
on
large.
a pull-out like that before.
It was what? Isn't it nice?
It was awesome.
We all got to hang out Saturday night. It's a nice little team bonding. So we're fired up on camaraderie and golf. Producer Jay, how are you doing? You were with us on Saturday as well.
Yeah, I'm doing great. Honestly, it's Saturday was great. Lot of fun little bonding. Also something that I thought was funny was just how both of our girlfriends absolutely died after that.
Oh yeah, Dana was in no shape to be functioning on Sunday.
So it was Alyssa was a little embarrassed, and then you sent the message, and I was like,
no.
Alyssa, no, look.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, look, Andy's girlfriend does that too. No, it was fine.
It was good.
And
We had a good
you know,
time.
once the beers get flowing, we were just talking about how much we're going to take this podcast like national and just be the best golf betting podcast going. My ideas were just flowing. I was gassing each other. We were all gassing each other up. I think it was a great experience.
It's really hard to not get excited when you're up 53 units in a month.
Yeah.
Well, you said it.
That really makes it difficult.
I mean, if at this point we're a couple minutes into episode 5 and you haven't been betting with us, I don't know what to tell you.
You're missing out.
Yeah.
You're for sure missing out. That's just a simple fact. Death taxes, and you're missing out. You've missed out on 53 units.
Imagine how many units that would be if you didn't take my bets either. You'd be like really up.
Actually, yeah. I think if that was ugly of me. I'm sorry.
No, it's reality.
I also think even if people don't take our full cards every week and you're just betting a certain guy in a certain area or just a couple from each, you're still up a ton. Like, we're not having bad weeks.
No.
So
Knock on wood.
that means two things. Yeah, either it's coming to an end or we are the best golf gambling podcasts on the planet. I don't know.
Maybe the galaxy.
Those are literally the only two options.
Yeah, there's only two options.
Yep.
So maybe this week is telling. I don't know.
This will be a big week.
And
I promise a positive week. Promise.
Has he promised before?
But I've been teetering on the edge. Like, if it wasn't for Tony Baloney just on Sunday, which we will talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Guess what? I'm up units. And we're up more units.
You did. The only thing that he's proclaimed so far is that he would go 70%.
That he would go 70%.
Wrong.
in
I was
April.
wrong.
And he
And,
was
I,
wrong.
and there's and I can count on 3 fingers why. Patrick Cantlay, Tony Finau,
And Patrick Henley.
and Xander Schauffele.
I thought Patrick
Thanks,
Henley
guys.
was for sure going to be 2 of the 3.
You should be one of those guys that
if we
tweets at
weighted
them every day.
Cantlay would be 75% of the reason why.
Okay. I just needed that
It's
to
like
be.
quit switching our putters in the middle of tournaments. Like,
Oh, we're going to get into that.
all right.
Don't forget, everybody, to follow us on Twitter at the Scramble_pod and on Instagram at the Scramble Pod. We want to hear from you. There's a lot of things going on within the podcasts and outside of it, just as human beings with all of us. And we'd love to interact with all of you. Send us a DM, tweet us, shoot us a Snapchat, which we haven't made yet, or maybe we'll make a TikTok. We talked about that on Saturday.
Yeah, we did.
Should we be TikTok guys?
You let us know.
All right, we'll let you know. The first thing we're going to do here, folks, is wrap up the Zurich Classic, one of the coolest events in golf. And we got free golf on Sunday.
We did. Finally.
You pay for your cable package that just allotted the time, till 6 o'clock, and you got free golf after 6 o'clock. And that was because we had a playoff between the South Africans and the Aussies.
Yes.
It was awesome.
And it was actually awesome. I was pumped when it went into
So sick.
when it was tied at 18. I also was sneaky hoping for like a 3. Is that selfish of me? Like a 3-hole playoff?
When Cam Smith stepped up to the tee after Louis put that in the water, there was not a bone in me that didn't think he was just following him.
Really?
I'm like, I was like, they're gonna blow this.
I mean, he hit it like 30 yards into the rough.
Yeah,
He's going, no chances. This is going to be safe.
I watched that like 3 times. I rewinded it. Louis was just so confident. He took so long to hit every one of his tee shots except that one. They said the playoff was on. He got right up to the ball, did his little shimmy, and just let it fly.
Maybe that's nerves. He was just wanted to get it out of the way.
He was amped up.
Yeah.
And that is exactly why I put it in the water.
And it was a sick matchup all day, actually, because neither team was getting, like, neither team went out of reach to come down back. It was honestly 1 or 2 strokes either way. And Cam Smith's tee shot on 16, where I thought it was over, was a tough bounce on that par 4. Short, drivable, right? Leishman gets to, because it went out of bounds. You know, the rule in golf is the last, the point of entry where it was last inbounds. So fortuitous that it covered some inbounds.
Yeah, it came back at like a funky angle.
Yeah. And Leishman jams the chip.
Right after the announcer says, wouldn't it be something if Mark Leishman hold this?
Yes, he did do that.
He said that right before it, and then just
And that's
buried.
usually a curse.
Yeah.
I thought that was unbelievable, and he was fired up. He's not usually an emotional guy, and when he was getting a little into it, that was getting me going.
I just made him $1 million.
Yeah, that was sick. Unbelievable. The pace on it too. Like, it wasn't even one of those that if it's missing the hole, it's blowing by. It was it was perfect, right on it.
Trickled right in.
And they both bogey 17. So now I'm like, all right, wheels falling off, maybe. Par 18. Now we get into the playoff, like you guys just said. Louis steps up. And the only place you can't go, you have a ton of real estate beyond the left fairway bunkers to go just in some shitty rough into a bad lie. I can't tell if he was maybe you said, if he was going for glory, I'm going to pipe this thing and put the pressure on.
I thought he did.
And he just plunks it right in. It was a good 10, 15 yards off the...
Yeah, are you mad at him if you're Charles Schwartzel?
So that was one of the questions I had for you guys.
Maybe.
What
Not
do
even
you
to get
say?
a chance.
What do you say?
I don't
Well, you're obviously mad, but one thing I did is I looked back because I actually like Charles this week, but to look at was one of them carrying the other, and Charles actually played pretty good.
Yeah,
and
it
wasn't like Louis, who's the big name, carried him to a victory. So I think in that sense, he's probably pretty pissed. I played good golf too, and you just.
Yeah. And that was their successful holes were when Charles got off the tee.
Just give him a chance. Put it in the fairway.
Something I didn't catch on, maybe you guys did, was the person that was taking the tee shot on 18 the person doing evens?
They could pick.
They chose.
could pick.
See, I think I grabbed a glass of water or something. I missed that part.
Yeah,
so
they were allowed to pick who takes the tee shot.
That makes it way worse now. That goes into my, how do you feel if you're,
Charles. It's tough.
That stinks.
Yeah, he didn't even get a chance.
Well, after that, the Aussies play it safe. On and two.
Really safe.
Very safe.
I got nervous again that they were going to blow it.
Yeah. Cam Smith hits a 9 or 10 footer.
Yeah. It wasn't free. It was they had to work for it.
The Australian pair win, Mark Leishman and Cameron Smith, and they each take home $1.1 million. They played an unbelievable short game, and their strokes gain approach all week was ridiculous. And for two best mates, it looks like if the two of them make the President's Cup team, that seems like a pairing that we'll get to watch.
I think by default they should be allowed to. Yeah. Just automatic.
And it's not even the chemistry. Cam Smith is scorching hot,
Nasty.
and Leishman
so good at golf.
Turned it around after a tough 6 months or
I
so.
love Mark Leishman. I really do.
It's Cam Smith's second win at TPC Louisiana in the Zurich. Before that was with Jonas Blixt, who's actually playing this week.
Yep. I thought he retired.
And it's also his sixth top 10 this season, so I think it's safe to say Cam Smith is buzzing. And the last part I'll say about them is the mullet, which was the story of social media all week.
Social media was very strong all week. They must have heard about the $40 million purse because they were all doing some awesome stuff.
Yeah.
But the mullet just took it.
Yeah.
And I sent them the mullet song. I don't know if you guys listened to it.
They did.
Outrageous, but sick at the same time.
It was sick. He can't cut it now.
No, not allowed.
And he was saying in the post interview, he's like, I gotta apologize to my girlfriend now. I can't get rid of this now. This is a part of me.
It's identity.
She probably loves it.
Which is pretty cool. The next group we need to get into that actually finished, I believe, T11 or something?
T15,
T15 maybe, was Xander and Patrick Cantlay. Honestly, the first round when they were featured, I was like, this is it. These guys are rolling. Tim's a genius. This is going to be a good week for them. Friday was a different story. I don't know, Tim,
Tim, you're the expert on this group. Could you let us know what
any
happened?
comments?
I mean, apparently not, because they've lost me a bunch of money.
Basically, it looked like, to me, their energy, which I kind of noted like in our little pre-show, is just like they're kind of like low maintenance sort of like robots. Like they don't.
Yeah, I agree with that. The thing for me was like I think that Xander was feeling a little bit of the after effects of the Masters. He's like a notoriously slow starter, but I mean they had a good round on Friday, and the alternate shot was a disaster.
Yeah, they couldn't put together.
There was no. I mean, the first 6 holes, it wasn't that they had like birdie opportunities; they were like scrambling for par. So you're screwed. I think both par 5s on Friday they parred on the front, so it was just like they never put themselves in a chance to win it. Saturday was gross.
Saturday was not good
because that's the day that you need to score. Like alternate shot, you just kind of you pick up a couple strokes, but Saturday was disgusting. They just didn't have a chance. And then Sunday they played really well, but
31.
Yeah,
on the back on Sunday.
Yeah.
Too little, too late though.
And it still only got him up to a T15.
And Cantlay's lost on the greens too. He can't hit a putt.
He switched his putter again. It's his third putter in 3 tournaments. Yeah. He's now an Odyssey guy too. He was previously a Scotty guy, and before that, I believe he was using a Ping.
That is just the biggest sign of mental weakness.
And it's not even like he's going from a blade putter to a blade putter. He went from like a blade to a mallet to the Odyssey 2 ball is like a really long mallet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sick part is probably bet him next time he plays. Talk about mental problems.
I mean, we have 2 other guys we need to talk about as well. Tony Finau and Cameron Champ. In the first 3 rounds, they were absolutely dialed in, playing sick golf. They had 1 bogey.
Team send it. They were sending it.
They were. Their drives were wild. And then the wheels fell off on Sunday. They go out front in 40. And that was on TV because they were in the contention.
Yeah,
so it wasn't like we were missing them bogeying. We watched all of it.
And they looked upset with each other.
Yeah.
Like
there was
almost
no high five and there was no.
They just kept leaving each other with bad lies, and then they would just look like just angry and just look at their partner, not say anything.
So I literally went back through their whole Sunday round, and Camp Champ played okay. Tony played bad.
Yeah,
like all the bogey holes. So 6, Champ nuts it down the middle. Tony's approach is in the bunker. Cam hits it to 9 feet. Tony misses the putt. So 2 bad shots on that hole. It's all Tony. 7, Tony in the bunker off the tee, and then misses the green on approach from the rough. Another bogey. Tony in the water on the par 3. Double bogey. So like, I don't know. It's this Sunday thing is just a complete mental block for him.
So he can't win.
So this is how we fix it.
Okay. Yeah, this is what I was wondering.
Saturday night, you're just gonna give him a bunch of melatonin. And if you've ever woken up after taking a bunch of melatonin, you have no idea where you are. So his manager is gonna have to change the dates in his phone to Saturday. Set up the whole room like it's Saturday. We're going to convince him that it's Saturday. Stuff. Exactly.
Okay.
Just nailed it. He shows up to the course. You got to take close care of him to make sure nobody tells him that it's Sunday. Like, hey, Tony, big Sunday coming up.
He's
and you
wearing
saw
the same
problem,
thing.
and he probably hit 7 under. If you can make sure in his mind he thinks it's Saturday.
So
he's got some work to do, but if
no,
we can
I see what you're saying. Yeah. So maybe you just tell him that this week they're just playing 2 Saturdays.
Yeah.
Like it's not, there's no Sunday this week. It's actually 2 Saturdays.
Yeah.
That will work.
It's like a Groundhog Day thing.
I would love for it to work. What about roofling?
I mean, you want to.
I don't have any experience with
I don't have a guy for that.
I'm just thinking Hangover.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's so true. He can't do it, dude. We've had 4 shows now, 5 shows. He every week he's
most
there
likable guy on tour.
Yeah,
he is. He's a sweetheart.
Like my favorite player by far, and I haven't found one instance in where I could bet him. It's heartbreaking.
Oh, it's so tough. Colin Morikawa and Matthew Wolff, you guys. Matthew Wolff, and I have this stat in here, and I'll just get it out of the way. He has played the literal worst golf of anyone inside the top 150 official world golf ranking in the last 6 months off the tee, and is considerably bad on approach shots. That's horrible.
That is. And what kills me is every time I open up Instagram, I get that little golf school ad, and it's like, don't learn from a teacher, learn from me, Matt Wolff. I'm like, nope.
Yeah, the George Gangus one.
Yeah.
don't trust that Scooby George Genghis. Trust me, Matt Wolf.
Yeah, like I'm good. I don't trust you at all.
There was a video circulating on Twitter of his swing in 2019 and his swing right now, and it's different. His swing right now is like shorter and more compact than it was.
Like Tony's?
Yeah. So on his upswing, you know how he comes like out and really swings it down. He's coming more like straight up and less back around.
Interesting.
So the swing in 2019 was like way up away from his body to come scoop underneath like your normal, like your backswing would be if you started the club back there, right? Now it's coming more. He's not going as far away from his body, and he's not scooping as much.
It sounds like he's trying to get more accurate, and in turn,
make him worse.
Accurate.
Yeah.
I think he also suffered the Bryson effect.
Yeah. This is one of the only things I was right about last week. And you could tell in the first hole on Saturday, there was no way they were making the cut. Wolf's in the bunker on the first hole, and Morikawa hits it into another bunker. It was just, they never played well.
What am I doing thinking that the two of them would play well? I don't know. Why didn't you guys just tell? Like,
we both actually said no, they're gonna not.
No, I know, but you should have said, Andy, like put in a bet the other way just to cancel that out.
It's hard to tell the 40 unit guy that.
Yeah.
That 1 unit
that
guy
was
like,
really bad. Look, I guess my only saving thing there was that they are really good friends, and I thought the friendship factor would
that
work.
might have hurt it significantly.
I don't
Colin
know.
was pissed.
Yeah,
It did matter for those who were in the playoffs. That was a big factor. But not for them.
I mean, the only birdies they had on day one, I mean, they missed the cut. The only birdies they had were all from Colin. And they shot a 77 on the second day. Wolf just buries himself even more. Something's off with the driver. They're changing it. I don't really know what to make of it. He needs to maybe take a few weeks off and just...
That is definitely what he needs to do.
He needs
to relax.
Yeah, just take it easy. And Colin is finally taking a week off. I feel like he's played every week. I'm not sure if he's had a week off yet.
Not in a while.
Yeah.
Not since we've started.
Which is good because I worry about those guys burning out because they're young. College golf was...
Victor was doing that at the end of last year, maybe. He's just driving in his car from event to event.
Yeah.
Every week.
Louis and Charles, you guys, they came in second, but Louis hit 90% of his putts within 10 feet this year so far. They go very low on the 4-ball days to kind of get themselves in contention. And I'm an idiot also because I had them in a matchup. I should have smashed them for everything because they're legitimately like best friends.
Since like they were 12.
Since they were little kids.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I wish I got that info presented to me.
New to golf.
It's okay.
No, I mean, two guys that are steady Eddie and are best friends. Why didn't I see this coming, Andy? You freaking idiot.
It's okay. We all miss stuff.
It's so hard not to when fields are 80.
Yeah, it's literally
60
impossible.
guys. Like
Louis was looking for his first win since the 2010 Open Championship, which is a wicked long time. What a drought. But he's also another old guy playing well.
Yep.
Resurgent. It's the tour resurgence year. Stu and Louis.
He's literally never won in the United States.
Can't do it. And he's in contention on every major that that gets on TV. Sean notes in the, he had a little post-game interview there. He said, hey, it's not over till it's over. Look, we had confidence in the playoff. Obviously, like you guys said, they chose Louis, so they were confident in him off the tee. We talked about how shitty it is probably for Louis, but two guys that Cam told us about, Peter Uihlein and Richie Werenski, they bury a 67 in the alternate shot on Sunday to shoot up from 18th to 3rd.
I will just double down and say that I told you guys this.
Oh, yeah, big time. The two of us were like...
You're like, who is Peter Uihlein?
I didn't know who it was.
Peter Uihlein is nasty. He's just scorching hot. And
not this week.
I beg to differ.
Okay.
Beg to differ. Okay, so we'll get into that.
Okay. American Psycho Billy Horschel played pretty well. Him and Sam Burns shoot 69 to get to a T4 on Sunday, tied with Keegan and Steele and Brandt and Keith Mitchell. Brandt Snedeker and Keith Mitchell were actually guys going into the show that I said definitely stay away from because they both stink right now.
Yeah.
But then they played really well. Like I said last show, as you guys all heard, I said it was going to be a weird betting week. I think it was.
It was.
I think actually just from the eye test, Sam Burns might have been the most impressive golfer last week.
Maybe.
And I think that eye test
awesome
worked
golf
because
shots.
I'm all over him this week.
Yeah. I actually took them first round leader too, so that was disheartening when Victor and
Christoph.
They were like
losing
scorching
like
hot.
Yeah.
Scorching hot.
John Rahm and Ryan Palmer. A couple bumps on the road this week, but they have a good weekend on Sunday. They get to finish T7, get to minus 17. So I mean, they might just be a staple in the top 20 as we get into the Zurich every year. There was an interesting thing kind of going around on social media about the Zurich and ways that people want it to be better, want it to be more publicized, want it to be like a premier event on the tour. I read a very interesting article by Kyle Porter on CBS Sports. I feel like I talk about him every week, but he's a great writer. He wrote about some changes that they would make, and I want to get you guys' opinion on some of them. One of them is maybe don't even have best ball in it.
Yeah, I would agree with that 100%.
I like the best ball.
The best ball is it's slower. It's like a lot more boring to watch. It takes a lot longer. The alternate shot,
And guys go really low. Like that's the rounds that guys go low.
I'd be open to turning that into a scramble because that would be a free for.
Well, what about worst ball?
That'd be interesting.
That'd be wild.
So Justin Thomas had an interview where he said when he plays with other tour pros on other golf courses, they play worst ball when they do match play.
Whoa.
So,
That I like.
What do you think our score would be? The three of us.
Worst ball. Oh my god.
140.
Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, we'd be putting up a 6 or a 7 on every hole. One of us would, right?
Absolutely.
Worst ball.
I bet we shoot 115.
That's just a testament
The
how
course
good
has
these
water.
guys are.
But I think that would be an interesting event.
It would be.
The two of you have to play well, and I think that would weed out the bad golfers right away.
I think the only problem is like a lot of the appeal for this event is like the fun of it, and like I think people want to see people go super low
Oh, okay.
because
Like, that's the draw.
Yeah,
But
that's the
I don't
draw.
know about the players. Like I know I listened to Graham McDowell's like post tournament interview, and he was saying that it's his favorite way to play golf, and he said he goes, this is probably controversial, but it's the hardest way to play golf, and he goes, it would be the best challenge for us because it's completely random. Pretty much, you don't know what you're doing for your next shot. You can't get in a rhythm. He said from a tour pro's perspective, that would be like the funnest.
Actually, that might be funner to watch than guys going really low.
Yeah,
It's
just
like
two
Roses.
guys. Just anything could happen.
Yeah. Some other things people were talking about was maybe add in like a team requirement. Like in order to have a teammate, like you have to go to the same college or be from the same country or the hometown, things like that. Not like a major ad, but when you're picking your teammate, like it kind of gives it a like an actual team element to it, which some guys do,
Yeah,
which we saw. But a lot of guys, it's just like I didn't have a partner and like called that guy.
Scotty and Bubby.
Yeah, Scotty and Bubba. I didn't have a partner and I called him and he said, "Sure, I'll play."
that would eliminate your process of betting that though,
Right.
because you were into the friendship thing, and that
I
would-
was into the French. I mean, and hopefully, if this keeps going, and I mean, not that any of these things will happen, but the friendship thing would matter more. I think if you got two guys that were actually friends.
true. Okay, I can see what you're saying.
The last thing would be some sort of draft, and I know Tim doesn't like this idea. It would be like if guys showed up on Monday and like the top 80 picked the next 80.
I just think
Like us
that takes
teammates.
away like the fun element of it. With like Leishman and Cam Smith, like we wouldn't have had that storyline this week, or
Oh no, it would definitely make the tournament.
it'd be more of a
Be closer to
competitive.
par.
Not that it's not competitive already, but it'd be
Would it though?
like more serious. I think if they did a draft, which
Yeah.
I don't think the goal of Zurich is to be as serious.
No, I don't
No,
think so either. They
no.
did intro songs, did fun like Photoshop pictures
Yeah.
of them being rappers.
Yeah,
It was ridiculous. I don't think
I
they were
think
trying to
that
have
they
fun.
should do a Monday qualifier for this event and air it. Same thing. Teams pick a team. I think that'd be sick.
They should just sync it with Jazz Fest.
Yeah.
And just mid hole just have a stage. Just
Now we're talking.
some guy just ripping it up. Just,
I think. So you're saying, Tim, that more than 80 teams show up and it gets whittled down throughout the week, or
no,
like what?
like
What do you mean?
literally save 2 spots for like Monday qualifiers and have a bunch of Corn Ferry Tour guys come
Oh,
out and
I see what
play
you're
their way
saying.
into the tournament.
Oh, I say, fuck it. Let's do like 10. Get the
Yeah.
last 10 teams in.
I'd be down.
yeah, that'd be fun.
Willie Z and the other kid one more kid I love on the tour, whose name is escaping me. 2 of them would have buried 3/4 of this tournament.
Yeah.
Except, well, we'll get into that. But
Sort of like Michael Visacki this week. That video just touched my heart.
you know what
so
sucks?
much.
He's not. Well, the only thing he's on in my book is outrights and placements, and
He doesn't even have. He's not on mine for placements. I'm very upset about it.
well, he was, but he's like the last odds. Like I don't know.
I get it.
I wanted to do. I will maybe over the weekend he makes a cut. I'm going to live bet that guy.
100%.
Love it.
I need to.
That was so emotional. We'll talk about that in a second. But we'll wrap up our bets here, you guys. I went 7-7 for 4.2 units. Matchups were my thing again. The placements didn't really pan out. They looked good like going into the weekend, like after the cut. I was like, okay, we're in good. But like, what am I doing betting on Wolf and Morikawa? I don't know. I don't know.
Tim.
Yeah.
Tim.
3-10 minus 4.5 units. Unacceptable. Won't happen again.
And that's all we're going to say about that.
I went 9-4 for 12.2 units. I also want to point out that 3 of my top 20s were inside the top 25, dude.
So you were like 2 strokes away from an insane weekend.
Yeah, I almost had 9.
You had an outstanding weekend as it was.
Yeah, I almost had 9 of the top 20s. I was like this close.
That's crazy.
Like one shot. If Hovland
picks.
Yeah, if Hovland and Ventura just didn't shoot a +7 on Sunday, I would have been sitting pretty because they were like plus like 250.
You were sitting pretty, but you would have went like
nuclear
12 and you would have went like 13-1.
It would have been awesome.
12-1 for like 28 units.
Yeah, it would have been sick. I could have almost caught up to you.
That would have been wild. Our jacket picks, though, for those of you that listen till the end, 3-0, baby. And if you just took a 1 unit on everybody, you were up 3.4 units. And over the weekend, we were up 11.9 units, and we talked about it in the beginning, but 53 units since the inception of the scramble.
Bruh.
That's bananas.
It's wild.
Max Homa, Taylor Gooch, top 20. Thanks. Tim with Tony Finau and Cam Champ. Thanks. Thomas Peters and Tom Lewis, which we kind of did.
I got flack for that
some flack for that too.
Don't worry about it though.
But also your other one that you were debating would have hit as well.
Yeah.
So
that was your lock pick though.
It was a lock.
I know.
It hit.
No, I get it.
We can't say hindsight.
Can't say anything.
Yep. You guys follow the jacket picks. We're up now a good amount of units every week. We're coming out positive.
And I can guarantee you nobody else on the planet had Thomas Peters as their lock.
No way.
So
that's where I come in. I got to bring I don't like to pick just straight up like easy bets. I want to give you guys something. Maybe you want to sprinkle in your DraftKings lineup.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to give you something low.
Hedge better have a section about 3 of us, the jackets. Boosted odds for jackets.
Oh yeah.
We could do that.
Parlay the jacket picks, you get like much higher up.
Maybe we give you guys like a commission on like your jacket.
We're definitely going to talk about commissions for sure. My agent will be present, but for
53 units, you guys you can start to.
We might have all the leverage.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
If we keep balling like this,
you guys are better than the algorithms out there.
That's the thing.
I don't think there are golf algorithms.
If there are, they're not working as well. That's what you guys are doing.
Tim said.
Yeah. We're tweaking it a little bit. We're almost there.
That'll do it for the Zurich wrap up, you guys. It was a fun tournament to watch. I don't know if you guys had any other closing comments about it, but I enjoy watching the team play. It's exciting.
Yeah. Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
Victor Hovland played with previously this is cool because I'm a gear junkie guy for me. He played with unseen wedges and irons that Ping has not debuted yet, and he switched a few times. But in his bag, when he played so well, he had these brand new irons, and then the wheels kind of fell off. So is that because he's not used to playing with them? I don't know.
Could be a design flaw.
Yeah, or they're not that good. They are a prototype.
That's what it is. They didn't pass the Bryson standards for unique clubs.
I hate that he's like the tech, the technology.
He's like the face of smart golf.
Yeah, whatever. He's a loser. Will Zalatoris got engaged to his longtime girlfriend, and as I've said before, once the girlfriend gets in the picture, girlfriend, wife, slump incoming.
It's so unfortunate. He's so young.
I know.
To see his career go like this.
Actually, maybe better now. He's only 24, right?
Too young time to recover.
Yeah,
you're
that's
saying?
What I'm saying. Yeah.
I don't know. He's too young.
Also, in none of the stories or pictures that came out, there was no one mentioned her name. No one, you couldn't find who it was.
I didn't know he had a girlfriend.
I was going to put Will and his girlfriend blank get engaged. You can't find it, so she's nameless.
Her name is also Will. They just don't feel the need to
Tim, our favorite internet celebrity was on social media again, golfing.
Do you think you could beat her?
Yeah. Kim K and her brand new Callaway.
What's the next topic? Could I beat Kim Kardashian in a golf match?
How long does she have to prepare?
She hits from. She hits
like 1 full year of Butch Harmon and Tiger Woods
from the hole.
That's the problem. So, it's not a problem.
And she gets ladies' tees.
She
Actually-
is going to work with probably Butch Harmon 8 hours a day
Yeah.
Yeah.
just to beat me. Nobody. She's going to dedicate a life to
But
beating me.
I think it's close.
That's
If she
Next
has a full
topic,
year to...
is-
I think it's worth talking about.
If she has a full
You
year...
think that Kim Kardashian could beat me in golf?
one
Today,
calendar year.
I would play. I don't need to play 12 hours a day. I might not need to pick up the club.
I think he's a little too
Till next
cocky,
year.
Cam. I think he's underestimating
This
the power
is-
of money.
Tim,
This
she's
is a
famous.
conversation.
She's famous for a reason.
This is no hate on Kim Kardashian, okay? This is just a crazy. You can see these are crazy people making a crazy argument. I don't have to explain anything. Well,
All right. Okay.
Fair enough.
Tor, good guy and friend of the vacation boys of Spieth, JT, Smiley, Ricky, Bud Colley. I don't know. You guys remember this a couple of years ago? He had a really bad car accident.
Yeah.
But a very cool thing today, he puts out on Instagram, hey, I'm getting back into golf. I just had an injury that I need to rehab, and I've had a little minor surgery on it, but I think, and Bud's a guy with his tour card, so he's a guy that would be in the mix in these tournaments, someone we'd be considering, but he's coming back. And I think that gets a big hell yeah from me. I'm excited about that because it was scary when he got injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really know too much about it, but that's good for that gang.
I think he was in a bad car accident, and they didn't know if he'd be like an athlete again.
Oh,
Like, not that he was going to die, but they were like,
Smiley was the one with the natty
yes.
light. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's off the tour now, right?
He played at the Corrales, I believe, or Puerto Rican.
Does he have a
Puerto Rico,
tour
something
card
like
still, or
that.
is he
I'm not
back to
even
the
I
sure.
think that
30?
he's a Corn Ferry guy. I don't know.
So sad. He's buddies with all those guys.
I know.
Yeah.
That sucks. All three of your buddies are
Or
like
like
elite golfers.
Nasty, except for
And-
Ricky. Guy
But he
stinks.
did get sponsored by Natty Light, so he's
and Ricky is getting an exemption for the PGA Championship.
Yeah, okay.
I saw,
How can
because of his official world golf rankings and his current play. It said,
his official world golf ranking is like 110?
and his current play is not good.
Horrible. What are they talking about?
TV.
I thought it was that he thinks in the next 3 weeks that he's playing back-to-back tournaments and he's going to play really well, but he's not even playing this week.
I know. It's sort of ridiculous. It was him and one other person. I don't remember the other person, but they're both getting official exemptions to play in the PGA Championship. The Ricky one I just didn't understand based off of their logic. This is wrong.
I understand Ricky's good for golf. Like, if
But
that's
that's
the reason why you exempted him, just say it.
That exactly.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of guys that would love to play in that tournament that are
right
playing
now probably
better than him.
deserve it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and they just don't get to now. But Ricky, just because he's sponsored by Puma,
Maybe they know
People
he's
know him.
about to come light it up next week.
that could be insider information.
Well, he is playing next week, right? Just not this week.
Listeners, note that down.
Is he playing at the Byron Nelson?
I believe
When is
so.
that? Next week? Yeah.
All right, so outright Ricky Fowler next week.
I mean, I'm not going to bet him until he plays well. I need to see him change my mind first.
Fair enough. That's what I feel about.
I can already see myself getting pulled into that one.
That'll do it for our wrap up and our general stuff this week. We got an exciting tournament happening this week that Cam's going to tell us all about, and in lovely Tampa Bay, Florida.
Oh yeah. All right, we got the Valspar Championship coming up this week. It's used to be part of the Florida Swing. It got pushed back a month, which could have some effects on the course. But it is being held at Innisbrook Resort, the Copperhead course, which, as Andy said, in Tampa, or Tampa Bay, as we like to know. I found this out, which I thought was pretty cool. It's designed by a guy named Larry Packard, who's really not known at all.
What do you mean it's not Pete Dye?
No, it actually sort of plays like a Pete Dye course. I found that all over the place,
okay.
which is just typical for Florida and the PGA Tour.
Yeah. Okay.
But he was like, he was in the Navy, and he was so good at like designing like camouflaged runways for the Navy that like enemies couldn't see the runways sometimes. And then he just retired from that and was like, I'm just gonna make a golf course. So I feel like this course has to be.
That's awesome.
Isn't that
That's a sick
awesome? I was
story.
like, this is amazing. I'm like, who is this guy? I forget the article that I read about it, but he's kind of a beast.
Let's get him on the show.
I don't think he's alive, but that's okay.
Seems like golf course designers,
known
are all
Yeah.
kind of.
Whoops.
All right. So this course is a par 71, plays 7,340 yards. It's different for a par 71 because there's 5 par 3s. That's actually very uncommon on the tour. And 4 of them are over 200 yards, which was a big factor into our betting last week.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
keep that in mind. They got in the standard 4 par 5s. And all the par 3s rank in the top half of the most difficult courses, holes in the course, which is
So
also
they're all under 9 handicap there.
Yeah, which you should also factor into any models that you run. The best part about this course is the finish, 16, 17, and 18. That's why the course is known as the Copperhead course, because those holes are known as the Snake Pit, which is an awesome name.
And I'll have to put the picture on our social media of like the snake statue is sick.
Unbelievable.
Dude.
I saw this stat I thought was wild. In 2017, there was 299 bogeys or worse on just those 3 holes in the course. Like that is like just outrageous.
I'd love to know that ratio.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that every like is that half the field?
It has to be.
What's the field? 160 people.
Times
162, right? Yeah.
And it's almost half the times being played. It's a bogey or worse.
3 holes.
Yeah. And also, no winner's ever played the Snake Pit at even par or better, ever.
So I watched that highlight of Spieth in 2015, and so you're watching it. It was the PGA Tour's Instagram, and he's like scrambling, and he's hitting it to like inches, and it's like, oh, he'll tap in for bogey now.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that was a sick shot.
Those 3 holes are brutal. But other than those 3 holes, we got Bermuda grass greens, which is, typical for the Florida swing. Because it was pushed back a month, I was listening to an interview with he's a retired caddy, but he was saying that the greens will be pure Bermuda. They were overseeded, which makes them a little softer for the tournament if it was in March. But now, it's warmer.
Mm-hmm.
It's warmer. It's windy, and it's not supposed to rain at all this week. So the greens are going to be pretty slick for those out there.
I took putting into account.
Yeah,
I'll tell you.
just making sure.
Yeah.
The course also has a dog leg on almost every hole, which is wild. Larry Packard was one of the first people to do double dog legs on tour.
Whoa.
Which is now like in newly designed golf courses. That's like one of the biggest features.
So it's like a U.
Pretty much. They're wild. And the really narrow tree line fairways.
Is it a U or a Z?
No, it can't be a Z.
I think it's more like a lightning bolt.
Oh, you think?
Yeah. I think it's more like a lightning bolt situation.
Whoa.
I don't really know how that would play out.
Whoa.
But like I said, it's a lot of dog legs, really narrow fairways. Like the average driving distance is 12 yards shorter than anywhere else on tour. And the driving accuracy and the greens and regulation are all also below our tour average. They're basically just saying that this course is just brutal. It's one of the hardest courses on tour. The cut line hasn't been below par since 2003. That's wild.
Yeah, I feel like every cut line is like up 200.
Why don't they
300.
play a major here? It sounds like
They were saying that this should be a U.S. Open course, but playing that course in Florida in June or July
Oh yeah,
is
no.
nightmare.
is literally that's why it's
makes
not.
sense.
So those are restricted by time, and not by.
I guess
course?
some of them. They said that this course feels more like a Carolina course than it does a Florida course.
Okay.
This is the second most 3 putts inside 5 feet on tour. Like
Yeah.
this course is just wild.
One of the stats I couldn't find, which I wish existed, was like how guys bounced back after bogeys. I couldn't like find that like official list.
That would be a very key stat to know this week.
That's why I tried to look for it, but there were no websites, like nowhere. I scoured the internet.
Yeah. Just because another stat for this course, it has the lowest birdie or better percentage of any course on tour. So you're going to need to bounce back because
Yeah,
you're
that's
not
what
going to
I'm
make a
saying.
lot of birdies.
I was like,
at all.
if I could find a guy that always pars or birdies the next hole after a bogey, I'm smashing him.
Yeah.
But couldn't do it.
One final thing for this course. Unlike most courses, like where par 4s are sort of the most important scoring, this course is par 5s and then par 3s. Because like we said, it's so difficult. You got to take your shots where you can.
Do you think that kind of takes guys that might only be excelling off the tee sort of out of where you'd want to bet?
Yeah.
Like, whereas the tee shots don't matter as much on 3 and 5s?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
All right. And then we got some past winners here for you guys. Paul Casey's looking to go back to back to back. So he won in 2019 and 2018 with -8 and a -10 respectively. Then we got Adam Hadwin in 2017. He was -14. That's about as low as it's going to get on this golf course. And I think it'll be even lower this year because of the weather, the time of year, just factoring.
What do you think it gets to?
I'd say anywhere from -6 to 9. I think. I feel like it would be in that range.
Single digits?
Single digits.
Okay.
I don't see it getting to double digits this year. Maybe. And then Tim, you said you like this guy. 2016, Charles Schwartzel won, -7. And then I had to toss this in there. I was almost going to cut it at 2016, but in 2015, Jordan Spieth won, unfortunately, -10.
At age 21.
Yeah.
What were you doing at 21?
What was I doing?
Yeah.
Not winning golf
Me
tournaments.
neither.
Waking up hungover at UMass.
Yeah. Pretty much anything unproductive to society.
Eating dining hall foods.
I wasn't even doing that. All right. So now that I gave you the overview of the course, some of the stats I was looking for when I was making my models and trying to pick who I thought could succeed here, I was looking for a strokes gained approach, which is like I said, this is almost like a Pete Dye course. And that's going to be where the bread and butter's made. And then I had strokes gained around the green because there's going to be a lot of scrambling. I had a little bit of weight into strokes gained putting, but these greens are not that bad. They're just small, which could even factor into having less room to putt poorly.
Yeah.
Like it's literally that simple.
Yep.
I had bogey avoidance, fairway hit percentage, par 3 performance, and then my approach shots from 150 to 175 and 175 to 200. What do you guys think?
Which is tee shots, technically, too.
Also, yeah. Yep.
So the one thing that I read, which was crazy, is strokes gained approach actually matters 2.5 times more than strokes gained around the green.
Yeah.
So even though those are the top 2 stats, my philosophy was almost exclusively.
Yeah, I
strokes
weighed
gained
pretty
approach.
heavy on that as well.
Yeah.
you have to.
And then par 3 scoring is there's 5 par 3s. And that's not where typically your PGA Tour players are going to do their scoring, or any player.
No. Yeah. And I didn't even mention this, but to back up the strokes gained approach too, this course for Florida has like the most elevation changes. There's at least 5 feet of elevation change on every hole, which is not like a Florida course at all.
No. Jeez.
Andy, what did you
My stats, I sort of along the same lines. I had like most of the stuff that you mentioned, and I wanted to dumb it down so that I could give myself like a solid like 3 or 4. First one I did was strokes gained approach. I immediately threw everyone in the trash on like that didn't have a very good, even guys with like a even strokes gained approach. I was like, I'm throwing you out. You have to be proficient, I think.
not this week?
No, not this week. Next thing I did was bogey percentage. I took that reverse, so I looked at guys that had the least percentage of bogeys coupled with strokes gained approach,
Okay.
which would go hand in hand with my third thing, which was scrambling percentage. So I took scrambling percentage over strokes gained approach. Sorry, around the green.
I did
Sorry.
too.
Okay.
I from what I saw, that was important too.
Because I was like, I don't think this week, because the field is so tight, that it necessarily matters how much you're gaining. I think it just matters that you can scramble.
Yeah. And those two are pretty, they're not interchangeable, but they're correlated.
They're close,
Yeah.
but I think I didn't correlate around the
I
green.
think
I
I
just
was pretty
correlated
much
for.
where you were.
Okay. And then the last one, which was my deciding factor. So if the 3 of those, I had a guy, I mentioned before, but I do my list of no's and yeses. If I had a guy that was on the cusp of either one, if he was gaining strokes on the field putting, I took that because like you said, these greens are dried out. They're going to be hard and they're fast.
Yep. Now I encourage everyone to follow our cards because we've been on fire. But if you guys don't, you just want data, I have the stroke gained approach leaders just so you guys have some names to mess around with on your own.
Mm-hmm.
The number 1 player in this field is Justin Thomas. And then 2, Trash Man, because he's just on fire. 3, Corey Connors, who a lot of people love this week. 4, Honest Abe, Tim, your guy.
Yep.
And then 5 is Tom Hodge. I don't know.
Isn't it Hoagie?
I don't know.
It's Hoagie.
I think it's Hoagie.
Tom Hoagie.
Yeah.
Okay, Tommy Sandwich.
Hoge.
Tommy Sandwich.
And don't call him a grinder.
Yeah. No, we might. I don't know what we're gonna call him. Maybe if he plays well this week, if he plays well this week, he might get a nickname.
Tommy Grinder.
Yeah. So Tommy, keep that in mind.
The Italian.
And then
Steak and cheese.
the betting favorites for this week, obviously Justin Thomas, number 1, plus 900. DJ World number 1, slipping to number 2. The betting favorites,
Dude.
plus 10 to 1, which is I kind of like.
We'll talk about it. But.
Kind of like the discount on that. And then Corey Connors at 14 to 1 and Patrick Reed at 16 to 1. Those are your 4 top guys. The 5th is Paul Casey sliding in there 20 to 1. I don't know how much that has to do with him just winning back to back. And
I think it has a lot of course history in it.
I think that is
He's not playing bad.
I don't think he should be the 5th favorite.
I think he should be in the top 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Over
Back
JT.
to back.
No, I know.
Over JT, DJ, and Corey Connors.
I would say over. I would put him above Patrick Reed.
I agree. So 4th?
4th.
Okay.
I guess it's one slot, but
But Patty Reed's an approach and short game around the green specialist.
and he plays really well here too.
So
I just think
that's-
like if you're the back-to-back champ,
Yeah, I guess you're right.
there's no fluke there.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe the course just fits his eye. I don't know.
All right. Well,
All
with
right.
that, we got to get into our picks.
Yep. All right.
Who wants to start it off?
Me. It's Vengeance Week.
Yep. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna get that hashtag going. Hashtag Tim's Revenge Week.
Yeah. All business. Do your job.
Yep.
We're on Cincinnati. Here we go. Outrights. I'm gonna start off with Russell Henley at 25-1. I think he'll be like a somewhat popular pick this week. He leads this field in strokes gained approach, which, as we mentioned, is probably the most important stat here, or is. He had a 9th here in 2017. He's in good form. He had a 9th at the RBC and a 3rd at the Honda. He's just your classic like ball striker. He doesn't hit it very far. The putter is going to be the one question mark for him this week if he can play well in these screens. But I think he's going to put himself in a position to win. It actually might be worth it to do a first-round leader on him too.
Okay.
Number 2, Abe. We're going back to the well here, but
Okay.
he's just playing such good golf.
I'm not against it.
And one of my big things with him is I've said it before. I think he's a grinder. Like I think tournaments he's going to win aren't going to be like 20 under. I think they're going to be 10 under, and this is that kind of tournament. His only start here is a 16th, which is good. Not great. Again, I just think this is his atmosphere.
His scrambling percentage is bananas.
Yeah.
This is outright.
It's awesome.
Correct, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Those are both outrights for both half a unit, and that's 28-1. I did have Terrell Hatton as an outright, but he got COVID. Actually, I had 4 bets for him. That's okay. We'll persevere. So those are the only 2 outrights I had. I'm taking it easy on those this week. These are both like middle of the field guys. I have a few top 20s, so I'm going to go with Henley, top 20.
Yep, me too.
Plus 130.
I'm in on that one.
As am I.
Okay.
Cam-
Consensus.
Oh, how did we do on our? We had a consensus pick last week too, didn't we?
It hit.
It hit.
Yeah, it hit.
What was it?
I don't remember, but it hit.
No, I'll look now. Keep going.
1-1 on consensus.
It wasn't one of my
picks,
losses, therefore
asterisks.
it hit.
A guy that I think's going a little overlooked this week is Cameron Tringali. There's a lot of trendy sleepers, and I think he's being overlooked. His last 3 starts here haven't been great, but he had a stretch from 2013 to 2015 where he had a 3rd, a 25th, and a 17th. He's 12th in this field in strokes gained approach. He's had a couple of decent finishes recently. The odds are good, plus 165. And again, I just think that people are skirting over him for some other trendy picks. 3rd top 20 is going to be Bubba Watson. He's in good form. He passed the eye test for me this past weekend. He had a 4th here in 2019, which is the last time they played this tournament. And a course like this, where Cam said that like double dog legs, creative shots are going to be, I mean, that's his thing.
Necessary. Yeah.
I think that he'll be able to pull out his magic on a course like this.
Only thing that concerns me is his putter.
Yeah, but that's another thing I want to. So Bubba Watson is like a touch putter. So what that means is he's not going to hit the ball past the hole a lot. On a good line, he's going to try and lag it up to the hole. With really fast greens like this, I think that's sometimes an advantage.
Yeah,
Because you're not
I
going
agree
to
with
blow
that.
it by, right? So that's I think that actually helps him. Another top 20. So the first 3 were 1 unit each. Now we're going into half a unit each. Denny McCarthy, plus 350. He is the best putter on the PGA Tour. He had a 9th here in 2019. He's in good form because his ball striking's improving. Like he's made a career on the PGA Tour from being a good putter, but his iron play's improved. He's coming off a 13th at the RBC, a 34th at the Masters, which that's a very difficult course, and then a 3rd at the Honda. So this is probably the best form that Denny McCarthy's been in years.
That's
That's just a guess.
It's a good little pick. Like,
I also have that.
oh wow,
Really? Plus
Look at
350.
that.
It's good odds.
Wow. All right.
Schwartzel, plus 400. The stats don't jump out at you, but I thought he played really well with Louis this past week. Again, I looked back at the scorecards and it wasn't like Louis carried him. Schwartzel has had success here in the past. As we said, he won it. He came in 6th after that. Last two times he played here, he missed the cut once. The other was like a 50th, so not great. But I think at plus 400, top 20, you get good value there. My last top 20 is Phil Mickelson.
All right. All right.
Plus 600.
I don't have it. I couldn't get myself to bet it, but I like it.
I'm not that confident in it, but here's the thing.
I got Phil on my stay away
Phil
list.
was a last minute ad because he wanted to play. Because he's actually, for the first time in forever, not losing strokes off the tee and gaining shots on approach. Phil Mickelson is an around the greens guy, but if he turns those other two things on, his putters sucked for a while now. I don't know. I'm going to take a flyer.
Just to back you up on this, I think for Narrative Street,
Oh, yeah.
he wanted to play in this tournament, which means he's played well recently.
Yep.
He got some top finishes, and I think he knows that he's got something going on.
He does. I mean, he legitimately does.
Otherwise, he hasn't played in this since like 2000 and maybe 3 or 4.
It's been a long
It's been,
time.
it's been 17 years. I don't
It's a
really
hard
wanna do the
course
math.
though to jump back in. I don't know.
Oh, 100%. But
I'm in the same boat with Ricky and Phil. Gonna show me something.
Well, I also think that Phil's not going to win any more tournaments.
No,
Like
no.
at 20 under. Like if he's going to win a tournament, it's going to be at 9 or 10.
Okay.
So those are my top 20s. Now we got matchups. I got 6 here, all one unit. First is Patrick Reed over Victor Hovland.
Smash that too.
It's probably going to be...
A bloodbath.
No, I think it's going to be a runaway.
I couldn't bet that.
I think Vic's going to struggle this week.
I think so too.
Vic's a good approach player. He's very long. His around the green play is god awful. I don't know. I guess like 3 weeks ago. I forget what tournament was it, but he like carded a 10 on a hole, like 7 strokes from within 50 yards.
He hit it like into a bush, and then he tried to hit like a driver. Yeah,
it was a disaster. This is Patrick Reed's course. He's in good form. 22nd at the Players, Masters in 8th. He had an 18 in 2018. He had a 2nd. 2016 is 7th. It's a shorter course, and you got to be dialed. And Patrick Reed is that. Second bet is Sungjae over Scotty. Sungjae's a slight favorite. You like Scotty?
We're head to head again.
I also like Scotty.
I love Scotty.
So I'm against the crew here. Okay. That's fine.
We've seen how that's panned out in history. But
Sungjae's found his game. Scotty,
It did pain me though. I do like Sungjae.
Sunday and a little bit on Saturday, Scotty looked so frustrated. This past weekend at the Zurich. The putter wasn't great. I don't know. I think Sungjae's finding his form and Scotty's teetering out a little bit, so I'm going to go with that. Russell Henley over Kokrak. I actually don't hate Kokrak this week, but Henley's
couldn't
like my
bet that.
favorite play.
I couldn't do it.
I couldn't bet that.
I couldn't.
Henley's
I mean, Henley's
gonna
a
win
sick
a
player,
tournament.
but
We're all in on you with Henley, but
but
Kokrak's
the crack
kind of a
man
sleeper.
is yeah.
I mean, okay.
Okay, keep going though.
That's fine.
No.
Well, minus 120. Peter Uline over Doug Gim, plus 155.
Woo!
I'm the other way.
These are like both your boys.
Yeah, these are my guys.
I took Dougie Gim on heavy favorite.
So my logic here is Dougie Gim is a birdie guy. I think he's going to struggle at a tough course like this.
I agree.
And Peter Uline, I mean, Cam gave the spiel last week. He's on
There
fire.
was something wrong with Peter Uline's game that I
Peter
couldn't
Uline
get by.
Is only playing in the PGA Tour because he keeps getting top 10s.
But if you look at the aggregate stats,
Literally.
look at his like recent finishes, and those
wins and top
strokes
10s?
gain numbers are much better.
I think
Wins in top
And
10s.
he's also crushing it on. Is it the European Tour or the Corn Ferry?
Corn Ferry.
Yeah.
He won the week before the Zurich.
In his last 22 rounds, which is the last tournaments he's played, he can't get off the tee and he can't approach.
But what is
And
that
his
all from
scramble
this year?
percentage is yeah,
Is it all from this year?
20. Yeah, the last 4 or
But
5
those don't
tournaments.
count.
But
the Corn
those
Ferry
don't count
events.
Corn Ferry events.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Those are his
if
last 22
if you take
PGA
those into
rounds.
account, he's gaining.
Oh,
shots.
that must be why I was like, he can't scramble and he can't hit a fairway.
No,
I was
he's,
like,
he's gonna go off.
all right. I mean, I'm the other way.
Tim, continue. Sorry.
No. This is good. Schwartzel over Zach Johnson. It's even money.
CJ just stinks.
Yeah, like I don't know.
That's a good one.
Like,
Maybe
no,
I'll
I
add
didn't
that.
even see that.
Yeah, I don't know if I Mine had it.
I was looking for a Schwartzel bet. This was the only one. I was like, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And then last one is going to be Answer over Neiman. I don't hate Neiman this week, but I really like Abe.
I like Neiman this week. Not against Abe,
Yeah.
but I like Neiman in general.
I do too.
It's only minus 120. I think it should be a like minus 135. So
Yeah, that's great.
I see some value there. And those are going to conclude my bets this week, where I will be up at least 10 units, and you guys will be like, this guy's the best.
That's right. This is Tim's revenge tour.
Don't tell me yet. Just let me
Let me rip this
heat
up.
Yeah, go.
All right. I don't have any outrights as of right now. Still up in the air. I might add one on the Instagram. If
Okay. Folks,
if I so
pay attention to
choose.
social media for Cam's outrights.
But I have 2 top 10s. My first being Corey Connors. I don't know,
Me too.
Tim, how you didn't
Me too.
play him. He's like one of your favorite
I was waiting
golfers.
for you guys to say this. He is such a consensus pick this week.
Oh, that scared you?
I'm out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm not
fading the public here.
I'm not betting him to win.
No,
I'm
I
just
just
betting him top 10.
top
and
10.
the value on it is ridiculous. It's plus 160. I don't understand how the third favorite.
I'm so nervous that this is the week that he just fucked up. These greens, Corey Connors is
He took a week
bad
off.
putter.
He's took a week off. Strokes gained approach 11. Strokes gained total 11. Driving action percentage
Trust me,
10.
I know the
Tee to
numbers. I
green
bet him every
9.
week.
Off the tee 9. Greens regulation percentage 6. He's on
I listened
fire.
to an interview on one of the hockey podcasts I listened to that they had Graham Dillette on, also fellow countryman, Canadian golfer.
Yeah.
And he said Corey Connors is like, remember we had this conversation where we were like, is Corey Connors here to stay? Like, is he a real?
Yeah.
And Graham Dillette
was
said
last week.
he's a legit player and he's gonna win majors.
Let's
he's
go.
that good.
All right.
Corey Connors top 10 plus
So that's why
160.
it's all my confidence is back in
Add it
this.
to
guy.
the card. Top 10.
Graham Dillette was like,
There's too much value on it.
he's a machine. And every week, if you can bet it, folks at home, top Canadian, Corey Connors.
Maybe not.
Adam Hadwin.
Hadwin's got some course
That's
history
just
here.
this course, but
Yeah.
in general,
In general, I agree.
Yeah. All right. My other
you can find that bet somehow that's not like minus 800.
Yeah, exactly. My other top 10, which I usually don't do this, but I'm picking from the top of the pool. I got DJ top 10. It's even money. I really don't think I have to explain his iron and off the tee game, but I think he found something with this putter. I'm buying into the putter change voodoo thing he's got going on.
New week, new putter.
New week, new putter. He's gonna go off this week. I just know he is. All right, then we'll get into my top 20s. I got quite a few. First one being Keith Mitchell. I know, Andy, you were against him last week. You're shaking your head.
I don't like him again. I don't know. It's something. It might be an eye thing for me.
This is sort of a narrative, sort of not. He's statistically top 10 Bermuda putter, which
Yeah, I'm a grass guy.
which I liked. But then also just he's had 2 top 6s in each of the last like 3 years from Florida. And he hasn't had that yet. And I'm going to buy into that stat.
Okay.
He also made his tour debut on this course, which is big. And I don't know how much you can take from the Zurich, but I liked what he was doing at the Zurich.
That was wild. I didn't know if him and Brand came out of nowhere.
Yeah. And my other top 20, Scotty Scheffler.
Yep.
Plus 350.
Yep.
15th in strokes gained total. 14th in birdie percentage.
What are the odds on that?
Plus 350 on DraftKings.
Say the name again.
Scotty Scheffler.
No way.
Top 20.
I have plus 140.
On the DraftKings or maybe I was looking at top 10. I don't know.
That can't be. That's like bananas.
That would be. I mean, I was just gonna switch my whole rationale for the week to take.
Well,
that.
fact check me. I
Hold on,
could
I'll
have written the wrong number down, but Scotty Scheffler top 20. I guess. Oh, I already gave you the strokes gained total, but
Yep. I love him.
the biggest thing that I liked is this course back 9 is brutal, as we discussed. He is in the top 10 in back 9. No, what is it?
Plus 140.
Plus
That's what I have
140.
written
Okay,
down.
I read the wrong name. Sorry.
Yeah, hold on. You have top 10.
Top
That's what
10.
you're looking at.
Sorry about that.
But
People
you're
out there.
betting the 20.
I'm betting the 20.
Dude, this is like betting 101. You gotta go with the 10. It's just voodoo. You're gonna drink.
We'll see.
Is that an ad? Do a 10 and a 20?
We'll see. Oh, but he in the back 9 in late scoring, he's in the top 10 on tour in those statistics, which I thought, I didn't really look at that, but I was just kind of combing through his stats and I saw that and I'm like, wow, this is sort of prevalent to this course, which I loved. And he's in good form. Tim said maybe he's not, maybe he's wavering, but in some of his past finishes, he's got a 7, a 20, a 5, a 2, and an 18. That's
And
not that bad.
On
yeah, it's
holes,
not statistical. That was me looking at his game. And
on holes that him and Bubba had birdie looks at the Zurich, 80% of the time it was Scotty's approach.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was like 80-something%.
I'm loving Scotty this
Yeah,
week.
me too.
And then I got Sungjae, top 20. His first time he played here was T4. His iron game has come alive. At the Heritage, he gained 3.5 strokes with his approach shots.
Yeah, he had a good RBC.
He's back.
Yeah.
Sung
Yeah.
JM is back.
He might be back. He's 11th in driving accuracy, and he's in the top 30 in any approach shot from 150 to 215, which is bread and butter of this course. I think Sungjae, top 20, plus 110, great value. We got, I already agreed with Tim, Uline, top 20. That was plus 500. He needs a top 10 to keep playing on tour, and he's going to get it. I'm telling you, he's going to get it. I'm not betting it, but he might get it. We got Denny McCarthy, which you also said.
Yep.
He's 20th in accuracy driving. You didn't mention that, but that's just another.
It's an interesting tidbit. I really don't know a lot about this kid.
Yeah, no.
When I say the best putter on tour, like literally.
Yeah, number one in putting. On Bermuda.
Yeah.
On Bermuda. I got Gary Woodland, top 20. That was sort of a stretch.
I don't
Plus
like
275.
that. No.
He's actually won this event, but it was in 2011.
He's number 3 in approach metrics that we were looking at.
He cannot scramble or chip or putt.
Like if he hits it in the woods, he just gives up. He's just like,
Well, he's not okay. So here's the thing: he's not good with the driver. But if you look back at where the courses he's succeeded on, they're courses where you don't have to hit driver off the tee. And this course is a lot of holes where even the par 4s where you hit 4-iron, 3-iron, hybrid, 3-wood off the tee because there's bunkers right in the middle of the fairway that you have to avoid.
Okay.
And that's where his game is. He's not he does lose strokes off the tee.
I was saying, I'm glad you have a rationale for it, but he's on my stay away.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's good. I got.
Actually, might have just convinced me.
I might alter this to a top 20, but currently it's a top 40 with Sam Horsefield.
Sorry, I mean, what?
I wrote up a whole thing on Sam, the Florida Gator.
Florida Gator. He's from Florida. A lot of people don't know him because he's on the European tour. But his last 4 finishes are a 4th, a 15th, a 3rd, and an 8th.
I'm such a coward for not doing this with you.
Yeah, you can add it to the card, man. He's gonna. That's another.
I almost took an outright on him.
He's playing great golf right
He's
now.
only 24.
The top 40 is plus 165.
So he played a couple events in 2019. One of them he actually gained strokes, like a PGA Tour event, made the cut. What was it? It wasn't Pebble. Pebble he lost strokes, but there was one before that.
He's
Okay.
not a lot of people are talking about him, but he's
I'll keep my eye on him.
he's my reach for the week.
All right.
I couldn't get myself to pick Matt Neesmith again.
He's on my.
Because
Yeah.
he was on all of my metrics, but
He's
just
on my
from
stay
the
away.
eyes.
Speaking
yeah,
of
he's on
Matt,
my
what's
stay
the deal?
away.
Yeah, is he
I
coming
haven't
on?
talked
You
to him.
talked to him?
I'm pretty upset with him.
Why?
To be honest. His performance and my bad.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
All right.
I just want him to come on the show.
That's fair. I'll think about reaching out to
If
him.
we have a PGA Tour player that's like your best friend, like why is
He's not my. But that's a stretch. He's not my best friend.
I thought you guys like go on vacations together.
Maybe in the future. I don't know. Then I got
Come on the
3
show, man.
matchups. I got Griot over Bubba because unlike Tim, I'm not on the Bubba
is
train
that?
this week. I think Griot has,
Miliano.
he's been playing great golf. The only thing that kind of hurts him is his putter, but this course he can get around that. I got Hadwin over Howell III. This was straight up off my model. A lot of people like Howell III. I don't understand why. Every metric that we talked about you needing to look at, he did not rank well.
I ran 3 different models, and he was like bottom tier.
Bottom tier.
Because I actually thought about it myself.
Yeah, and Hadwin was in my top 15 on all 3 of them.
And he's
So,
got course history.
yep, that was the only
But
matchup that I saw that I was like, okay. It was minus 110. I don't like taking bets that are favorites, but I had to. And then my last one is Glover over Poulter, minus 130.
Poulter is like the worst statistically in everything going into this week.
Exactly. And Lucas Glover has actually been playing pretty well. He's got 3 top 25s on this course too.
I had him on my list. If there was a matchup I liked, I don't like that one, but
I also figured Poulter. This is a frustrating course, so he'll just explode. I think.
freak out.
Yeah,
I don't even think he'll make the cut.
That was kind of my rationale behind it. I think
Yeah.
Lucas Glover will. I don't think Poulter will.
Yeah,
Which
just
is
make
the
the-
only. It's minus 130. There's not a lot of value on that, but
All you got to do is get him to make the
seems
cut. And
safe.
Poulter misses. All it is.
that's all I got.
All right. I will start with my outrights. The crack man, Jason Kokrak, 26-1 for half a unit. And Scotty Scheffler, 24-1, half a unit.
Let's go.
They're like, we kind of talked about this like pre-show, but it's I'm in the headspace now where I kind of want to pick the long shot, not the long shot, but the mid-table shot. And I think those are two guys that are playing pretty well and with a great return on investment.
Yep.
Top 10s, I got, and I never do this too, Cam, but I went with JT even money just to come in the
Yeah,
top 10.
I didn't hate that either. It was between DJ and
Because
JT.
JT's going to play well here. I'm stamp of approval there,
Yeah,
I think.
I'm with you on that.
Even money, whatever, throw a unit on it. You win one, you lose one. Corey Connors at plus 145, top 10, smashed. And Abe Answer, plus 240. I don't know how you didn't have that, Tim. He's going to finish in the top 10.
I had like 20 bets, but I limited it. I'm trying to turn the car
Okay.
around.
Yeah, I also
Turn the bus
cut a
around.
couple from mine.
I think Abe rips up this course. I think he plays pretty well and a great little shoot back on your unit bet there. Top 20s, I got Scotty Scheffler plus 140, Joaquin Neiman plus 125, and Russell Henley.
Let's
all
go.
for a unit there, and that was 130,
Yeah.
I believe.
Neiman was one I crossed out, not because I didn't like it, but because I felt.
And one more bet before my matchups. I did a unit on margin of victory is one shot, plus 250.
Love that. That's fared well for me.
Yeah, and one thing I was thinking about earlier too is like if you look at the leaderboard, because it's like a lower scoring event, like dude, one stroke you're going from 10th to out of the top 20. It can get dicey.
Yeah,
I'm adding that.
It was on DraftKings. There was plus 250.
I love that bet.
I mean, and the other play,
I'm in.
you know what was bananas actually is a playoff was only plus 200.
That's
I don't know why that was.
I don't either. I like the one stroke
Isn't that
thing.
interesting? One stroke. I think whoever wins it
I like that.
wins by one, and they're going up by one into 17 and 18. They just par.
Yep. If they're lucky.
If they're lucky.
It's a tough par too. The leader of this event is gonna, even if you're up 2 going into 16, you're gonna be sweating.
I saw so many tweets saying, don't circle the wagons. Don't get
Yeah.
excited until they literally hit the ball in the hole in 18. Because anything could happen.
Yeah. I also tried, I will admit, to place a Paul Casey, best player from Great Britain and Ireland, and I couldn't bring myself to do it because it was such low odds.
What was it?
Who else was in
It's
that?
like minus 500. It was like Poulter, Justin Rose, Danny Willett.
I don't hate Justin Rose this week.
So I will get into my matchups now. My first one we'll talk about is Alex Noren over Danny Willett, and that is just because Danny Willett might be the worst golfer at this event.
I'm
Is that-
all for the Danny Willett slander.
No, like great guy, like sick Masters, even though he stole the jack from Jordan.
Yeah, exactly. Get out.
I just think you look at his last 4 or 5 events, he's trending in the wrong direction, and this course does not suit what he's good at. So
And
I said,
who do you have beating him?
Alex Noren,
I don't
not a
know.
great player,
Don't know a thing about him.
Swedish guy, handsome.
Is he good?
He has a weird
no.
pre-shot routine.
He's not. No, Noren is like mid to low guy you'd even want to bet on. But I
Okay.
just knew I have on my list like whoever Danny Willett is playing, bet against him.
Okay.
Next one I'm going with is JT over DJ.
That's tough.
That's my one high profile bet of the week because
Yeah.
we'll get to watch that on TV. I'm gonna probably start doing one of those a week. Patrick Reed over Victor Hovland for 2 units. I'm doing that one minus 105. I don't know
I might
how.
up the units too.
How is Patrick Reed not the favorite?
I think it's just because you have no idea which Victor Hovland you're going to get.
Yeah.
If you get the,
Hovland hasn't taken weeks off, man. He's been playing a lot of golf too.
I know. I just like him.
I like
And
him
I
as a
don't
person.
like Patrick Reed. It was the only reason I couldn't do
that
it.
pains me to put 2 units on Patrick Reed. Scotty Scheffler over Sungjae, so that's me and Tim's head to head. We kind of went over the logistics there. I like Max Homa over Taylor Gooch.
Battle of the Bros.
Battle of the boys, and that's because Max Homa carried them last week, and
He's also just a better golfer.
he's just a better
than
golfer.
Taylor.
I think
I saw Taylor Gooch's name over a
I
lot
didn't
of
see
stuff.
that matchup. I like that a lot.
I do too. Like as soon as that was like one of those things where I didn't have to go back to my pad and like look at to make sure I had the correct, analytics there. I was like, oh, Max Homa is just way better than Taylor Gooch. Yeah. Sam Burns over Lanto Griffin. Sammy's playing good golf, and Lanto trending in the wrong direction and all that, cannot scramble and can't putt. So I said there's no way he puts up a decent score against Sammy Burns, who's playing well. Confidence is key, I think, in the snake pit. Dougie Gim over Uline, so that's my head-to-head with Cam. Ridiculous that it's minus 200. I don't know why I did that.
No, that's with me.
I already placed it, so I'm not going.
I mean,
no
you're
going
wrong.
back now.
On Dougie Gim is minus 200?
Yeah.
Minus 200, and Uline is plus 155.
That's disrespectful.
I did it. I almost did the we'll call it with the golf line minus 1.5.
Oh my God.
I almost did that, and that was
For principle, I
That
might take.
exists.
that was minus 120 for Dougie Gim, minus 1.5 strokes. I didn't take it. I just did the straight up money line. I have Patton Kazire over Cam's boy Richie Wierenski. Kazire, great scrambler, great approach player, great putter right now. I'm all in on him.
Yeah.
And the last one, which is kind of my reach, is Chase Seifert over Adam Long.
Chase Sievert's playing good golf right now.
Chase Seifert is my eye test and statistics trending, playing well, and Adam Long is not. He was on my list of find whoever he's playing and bet against him.
And we all talked about this offline. Of all the weeks we've done the podcast so far, this was by far the hardest to pick these bets.
Yeah, I think the sports books figured out the Scramble podcast.
Yeah.
They said these guys are making way too much money.
What's our matchup percentage? Because that is through the roof.
Way too high.
Yeah, it's very high.
It's nuts. But this week I actually,
You know what?
besides the Reed one, there was no layups.
I will calculate that, and I'll tweet that and Instagram that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I'll just make a sheet of like kind of all our stats, like how we're doing in every category. That's probably a good idea.
Sure.
Just so people know if they don't want to bet the whole card, they can say, "Oh, these guys are money at top 20s." Like, yeah, I'm gonna ride the top 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I like that. But I'm with you, Tim. Like in you, they are on to us.
Something
Because there's been like exploitable matchups every week, except this week.
every week. There's been a like, why is this only minus 110? Like it
Yeah.
should be minus 300.
That's the only one that I felt that way about this week was Patrick Reed.
Yeah.
Even money that's a joke against Victor Hovland, I think.
It's someone is listening to the podcast that lives in Vegas and is tipping people off. I
One
think.
of the millions of listeners.
Yeah.
Is,
and we
insider.
appreciate all of you that
Yeah.
do listen. It's sad that they're onto us, but I'm still gonna bet like 8 or 9 matchups a week, like I've been doing. I don't know. We can keep going. You go 7-2, 9-1, 8-1, whatever.
Do that a couple of times and try stopping.
Yeah, like until the wheels fall off, which we said earlier in the show. That's one of our 2 outcomes: is we're either all coming crashing down, or like maybe the IRS is gonna like investigate us or something.
I'd rather collapse than that.
Like they're gonna be like, how are these guys? Like, who do they know on the tour?
yeah.
That's like
Imagine when you get
imagine
rated.
Like they think Matt Neesmith's shaving strokes.
We're fixing golf.
Yeah, we
fixing
start
golf now.
I just DM Matt, hey,
Hey, I'm gonna
blow
need you
this
to,
putt, bro.
Gonna need you to bogey out today.
Just got a guy in the field
Just
with
gotta
a
got you.
5-iron just looking at him.
Yeah,
Like Happy Gilmore, we just hire a hitman, just start taking people out.
that's what they're gonna think. If we keep on this, producer Jay, you're gonna have a lot of traffic to hedge better if we keep playing like this. And I don't know. Let's just get into the jackets.
Well, so actually, hold on. Before we get into the jackets real quick, for those listening out there, we are going to be launching the Scramble YouTube channel.
Whoa!
So for
Big news.
for everybody who is a fan of the Scramble, get ready because our episodes are going to be coming to YouTube, so you can watch along with the guys as well as our footage in the weekends. We're going to start uploading some of that as well.
You enjoy our voices so
no.
much, you had to see our faces.
It might ruin it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't
Actually,
watch
maybe don't.
the golf swings, but watch everything else.
I know. I needed a haircut when we filmed the golf. It doesn't.
We
look
went
good.
live on Instagram, and I literally you decided to go live when I was just standing in a river trying to get my ball out. It was my worst hole of the day, the 18th. I had just given up.
What the people were asking for it. They said go live, so I
Then I
did.
dropped and topped one immediately. I might have carded
For
a 9 on it.
the listeners out there, Tim almost drove away with my golf clubs in the golf cart.
Well,
Just back to the clubhouse. He almost just left me stranded.
last 3 holes were it's tough go.
It's all right. Give me your jacket picks though that you're gonna win.
Yeah. So Paul Casey top 20 is plus money.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
He has won this event the last 2 times it was played. It's only plus 110, but even at even money, I think that's sort
Pretty
of
good.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I just looked at that and said, this is my pick. So
Not much to it. All right. You guys already had him in your top 20. My jacket pick is Russell Henley, plus 130.
That's money.
Top 20. We said some of the stats, but come on, these are ridiculous. He's first in strokes gained approach. He's gaining over a stroke total. He's gaining 1.46 strokes, which is good for 15th on tour, and that's tee to green. Greens in regulation, he's 7th. Scoring average, he's 1st. He's 24th from 150 to 175. He's 4th from 50 to 125. He's 5th, 100 to 125. Scrambling from the green to within 30 yards, he's 13th.
He's also gaining strokes putting.
Yeah,
That's
he's
very
made 3
little,
consecutive cuts. Does data lie sometimes? But I don't think it's going to.
Well, he struggles a little bit off
Who's
the
this
tee,
again?
but
Russell
Henley.
Russell Henley.
Yeah. He struggles a little bit off the tee, but like you said, you don't have to pull driver here.
No, you don't even have to.
So, in some scenarios, it's just 2 approach shots, or those par 3s, I think he's going to threat.
So that's my jacket, Russell Henley.
My
Lock it in.
jacket is the crack man, Jason Kokrak, top 20 for plus 125 or plus 130, I think. My rationale here is that he's gaining strokes on the field, putting and approach and off the tee, and his bogey percentage is among the top 3 going into this.
Ooh,
So
that's
he doesn't bogey. He might not birdie every hole, but he finds a way. to
Pars can win this
Pars
week.
can win this week. The crack man's in good form. I like him. I don't know.
he might be violently hungover this week.
He played with Pat
From
Perez.
a whole week of him
Yeah.
and Pat Perez just crushing bud.
You factor that in because that's a legitimate concern.
Yeah, I wonder how
No way.
hard.
This guy's a seasoned vet. He wakes up in the morning, splashes some water on his face, and he's right back at it.
Okay.
Probably doesn't believe hangovers exist.
All right.
It's all mental.
Yeah.
I think
that's Cam's favorite phrase.
It is.
I'm hungover, dude. It's mental.
It is
All right,
mental.
I'll mentally throw up.
And then you
Then.
just tell yourself you're not going to do it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I think we got 3 solid jackets, you guys. For those of you that are going to bet with us, let us know on social media. We're hot. There's no way to dance around it. I'll just say it. We're hot. You guys have any other comments kind of before we close this out? It's going to be an interesting week of golf. Like Cam said, I think the winning score is only going to be, in between 5 and 10 under.
I hope so.
And we'll hopefully get a good week of golf going. I'll get the cards out early tomorrow for everybody to follow along. Remember, we're only doing this for a little bit more, a couple more tournaments, and then you're going to have to get the old pen and paper out.
might have to shut it off next week, honestly. I mean, this is.
Let's say this. If our trajectory keeps going and we're up again, teens units again, I think we'll cut it down to, I'll probably get out 5 per person.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Unless you
Scramble's
listen.
got some Scramble tournaments coming up.
Oh,
in the
yeah?
pipeline.
We are playing together at the Wells Memorial Tournament at South Shore Country Club in June. Maybe at the White Claw Invitational.
Yeah, which is wild.
As we were requested, actually,
Yeah.
to play in that.
For our prowess.
Yeah.
Specifically.
VIP, I heard thrown around something like VIP.
Yeah, like there was like a meet and greet, I think. They were like, the guys from the Scramble are
Signing.
coming, something like that.
It was murmuring. For sure.
The rumors are true.
And we're going to be hosting our own.
Yeah, we're gonna look, folks, to get our own golf tournament off the ground
Yeah.
here, and
right.
get that going. We have enough friends to golf. We can do it.
Yeah. That would make for some good footage.
And listeners.
And listeners,
just friends.
Yeah, hey, you live in the New England area. You feel like playing some golf with the Scramble podcasts. Come on down, you guys. I love doing the show with you every week. It's the highlight of my week, honestly. I hope everybody else out there has a great rest of the work week and into the weekend. Get out there and golf. Get out there and smash your bookie. You guys have any closing remarks here?
Enjoy the tournament.
Yeah.
Let's just keep making money.
That's right. You
That
guys,
was
this
these
has
guys.
been the Scramble Podcast, episode 5. We'll see you guys next week.
Later.